Hello Aries, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And it's pretty good. The Eon, Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, Baptism by Fire, this card. This is the doorway to the future, right? This is us kind of closing the door on the past, really, and walking through into our future boldly, empowered, right? With force and fire, with intention, with will, fully awake, fully conscious, right? This is very good energy. Let's put that into some context, okay? I feel like some of you are dealing with a toothache. I'm getting this kind of feeling of there's some dental work that's happening to you. Some of you also maybe have a job in food service, or someone very close to you has, they worked in the culinary field, or they went to culinary school, or they work in a kitchen, or they work with food, something like that. And here, yeah, that's reinforced here with this Three of Cups. Sometimes these little details come through, they just pop into my head, and a lot of the time it just kind of confirms that I'm honing in on the right energy here. We've got the Devil, we've got more fire energy, we've got a 7 of, and a 6, oh, a 7 and a 6 of Swords. This is very good. I think for some of you, I'm feeling that there is going to be a lot of traveling in this new year, okay? This is some good, yeah, this is really good cards. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we will set down right over here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. Happy little Bob. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need, all right? If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, or you have a hunch, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. Yeah. Okay, let's look around the room here. We've got major, 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 and another major. We've got fire. We've got a little bit of water, some nice water. We've got some air up here, which I think is very good. I think the air, I feel like they're going from a 7 to a 6. I think that for some of you, there might be some sort of a legal matter, something going on with some kind of a contract, or maybe a court case, or something of a kind of a legal or bureaucratic issue that I think is going to be resolved in the first part of the year. Okay, and I think it is going to be resolved in your favor. That's what I'm kind of feeling over here. Now, we don't have any earth energy. We've got a little bit of earth here with the Hermit card, okay, because that is some Virgo energy. Sometimes this is us needing to take some time away to really ground our energy, okay? But I think what this card's really telling me is that I think a lot of you are looking to bring your energy back into the world. You know what I mean? I feel almost with this Hermit energy that some of you have gone through life feeling a little bit invisible, almost. Or maybe not invisible, but like there's a discovery of your gift, your talent, your essence, right? That you're now ready to offer the world. Yeah. And that's kind of, I see that here with the Knight of Cups too, that we desire that connection. We want to give our gift to the world. Yeah. And maybe that has to do with the kitchen, the food service, the culinary work that some of you might be doing. But let's start anyway at the beginning with this Eon card. This is the Judgment card, Rebirth, Reawakening. This is us kind of stepping through that doorway. This is us kind of saying, this is the year. Yeah, 2024, this is the year that I really, maybe we're coming out of our shell in a way. Maybe this is the year that we bring our gift to the world. Yeah. Because this is, we're going from this kind of, perhaps this hermit energy is a turning point for us, right? And maybe this series of cards here is kind of like a big reveal. I feel like some of you have been working on something for a long time, and this is the year that you kind of, you throw off your cloak, you throw off your disguise, and you say, here I am, and that we're offering this now to the world. It's kind of like a debut. You're breaking out onto the scene in a way. But I feel like this is a difficult thing. This is kind of this isn't easy. I feel a little bit of stage fright kind of thing going on. But I feel like this is a decision that you've made. And it really is the year, I think, that it really, really happens for you. And I think maybe some of you are kind of graduating, maybe from like a culinary school or some kind of a trade school, ready to just kind of break out into the world and just jump on the scene and say, here I am. Yeah. And all of this kind of, I feel a very bold energy, especially with this Two of Wands kind of hanging over us like this. And it really is up to you. This, I think, is this is the choice that you have to make. Are you going through this doorway? Are you using this year? Is this going to be your kind of breakthrough year, right? Or are we going to kind of stay hidden, stay hermit mode? Or are we going to offer our gift to the world? And I think this is you set out on this path in order to give and receive your gift, right? To discover what it is, to give it to other people, to celebrate with other people, to give and receive love and affection, to forge these very deep bonds with people. Yeah. And we got that Three of Cups. We have some fire in the position of your environment too, which I think is interesting. Because I think this is really you kind of diversifying your energy. This is you really all over the place. I think that this is a lot of traveling, like literally traveling this year for you. I almost feel like you're going to different cities performing. Maybe you're an artist or something like that. Maybe a musician. But I feel like this is the year where you start to branch out, where you start to make connections. You start to kind of showcase your work in a lot of different places. And that's kind of, this is what I've got. It's creativity that's really spreading out. And maybe this is also for some of you talking about you're dipping your hand into a lot of different pots, that you're not just sticking with one form of expression, one medium for your creativity, but you're discovering all of the different ways that you can express yourself, that you can share your gift, right? And with these two cards right in the middle, with the Eon, Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, Baptism by Fire, and the Temperance card, this is a difficult situation for you. This was not an easy, it's not an easy transition for you. It's not an easy accomplishment. I think that you have probably been in this incubation period for a long time. And I think that it's really, you've been through the ringer, right? These two cards are very challenging, very much testing what you're made of. Yeah, and maybe 2023 was very much like that for you. Maybe that was the fire. Maybe you were kind of in the furnace this past year, being tested, being challenged, being strengthened, right? And now it's time for you, I think, to accept that you've accomplished this, that you've passed the test, so to speak. right? And now you're ready to reveal yourself, your work, your creations to the world. Okay. The Three of Cups here underneath everything, I feel like there is there's an issue with the family going on, and maybe that's part of this legal or this court thing that we were talking about. Something family related that I think you're dealing with as well. And this is kind of pulling your attention away from this really creative work that you're about to, again, you're about to break out onto the scene kind of thing, right? But there's something going on with the family, I think, that is drawing some of your attention. And part of the reason why you're doing this work, I think a big motivation for you is family. I think family is very, very important to you, okay? And I think that what you're doing is in some way meant to give back to the family, right? I see you doing something with your hands. I feel like you're creating something. It's almost like you are, like you're opening a restaurant, and your whole family, you want to bring your whole family and cook them the best meal of their lives kind of thing, right? Something along those lines anyway, maybe not exactly food. But something that is meant to give back not only to the world, but specifically to your family, right? To those people that are close to you. Because I feel with the Three of Cups that you have a deep sense of community, a deep sense of connection. Part of your experience of life is, part of your joy is seeing others' joy, right? Helping to create an environment where everybody can experience that kind of love and joy and celebration, right? I feel like that's a fundamental part of who you are. And so I see you going to extraordinary lengths to make sure other people are having a good time, to make sure other people are comfortable, right? So I have this kind of food service, hospitality, kind of service energy in you, where it's very important for you that everybody is enjoying themselves, right? And I think this is the year that you really get the kind of breakthrough that you've been needing. I wonder if with this kind of, we said that you've been in this kind of test, in this fire, in this furnace. What if this was maybe an internship? If this was some sort of, maybe this was the school, the trade school, some kind of a probationary period, right? But now I feel like it's really time for you to step up and step into your own power, right? To take charge. Now it's kind of like you've got to go out on your own and do this work now. You've passed the test, in some way. We're going to move over to the path of the serpent now. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay. And leave some comments for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. All right. I thank you. I love all of you. Okay, we've got this devil energy. This, I think, is your tremendous ambition. This, I think, is, and that's, see, now I'm getting this, someone, either you or someone close to you is having some knee issues. I don't know if it's an old, like a sports injury or something that maybe was going on during this kind of period of time. If you suffered some sort of injury while during this last year. But now I'm kind of feeling that, and I feel like that's kind of here to symbolize this idea of you not giving up. That even if you are injured, even if you are kind of not 100%, you're still putting in 100%, that not even a kind of injury or something can slow you down. There's a real commitment here and a real ambition. But what the caution here is that you need to make sure you take care of yourself. Now, I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anything. But make sure that you give your body, especially, the care that it needs, right? We had the feeling of the dental problem, the tooth problem, and now there's the kind of knee thing that I'm feeling. You need to make sure that you take care of yourself as you're putting in so much of your energy and your vitality into this work that you're doing, into this project, into this life, into this path, whatever it might be. you're going to have to take care of yourself, especially if there is this travel coming. Right. So the devil energy is really your ambition. And I think that this is your commitment. No matter what happens, you don't give up on this. That, rain or shine, injury or illness, it does not stop you. Nothing prevents you from going after your goals. This is very intense ambition. Okay. And I think that's the same kind of energy that's really given you this Eight of Wands. And this is the expression in so many different areas. Right? So I don't know if this is like a pop-up restaurant and you're going to be traveling around, if this is some kind of an art gallery or a showcase, or if you're touring with your band or whatever it might be. I see a lot of traveling. I see a lot of kind of scheduling going on and a lot of trying to stay organized. And at the same time doing all this organization, so we got the Seven of Swords now. Doing all this organization, not to lose the momentum by being bogged down with all this administrative stuff, right? You got to do the paperwork. You got to make the phone calls. You got to schedule stuff. You got to, if it is a restaurant, you got to do the business side of things. You got to order your supplies, order your food and all this stuff. It's not just all the creative dance and magic of cooking. It's all the other stuff too, right? So with the Seven of Swords here, we're going to have to learn how to maintain our creative momentum while still taking care of business. And maybe this part of this is delegating, recruiting some other people into your life that can help to do some of this kind of behind the scenes, the more administrative stuff. Yeah. And of course, what I see with the Six of Swords here, to me, this is the resolution of that legal or court issue that, again, may have to do with the family. But I see that's being resolved in a very positive way in your favor. So I think it is really going to, it's going to allow you a little bit more creative freedom having this kind of off your plate. All right. And this is another card to me that does talk about travel. Specifically, this card's about international travel. So I think there is going to be a lot of traveling in your life this coming year, right? But again, it really depends on how you harness this energy. With the Two of Wands up here, it's saying that all of this comes down to your choice. It is up to you if you're going to forge ahead with this. It's almost as if you're kind of, you're done with the training now. And you're being kind of kicked out of the nest. And it's up to you how you fly, where you go, what you do, right? But it's very intense energy. And I think there is a lot of potential here. What we don't see is the earth energy. Okay, so I would like a little bit more energy to ground some of this ambition. So maybe the mystery card, maybe we should look at that now. And maybe this will be some earth energy, maybe a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles. A 3 of Pentacles would be just fine as well, especially with the 3 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles would be a nice match. With the Hermit energy too, I kind of feel as if, this is some difficult energy to contend with, because this is someone that feels this inspiration to do something. It's almost like somebody wants to be a chef, right? We'll stick with the culinary analogy. You want to be a chef. You love it. You have such passion for it. You go to school, you excel, top of your class, right? But then after graduation, you don't do it. You choose to just kind of go home and not do it. It's kind of, you go through all of this effort and this work and this passion, but then at the end of the day, you're just like, I don't really want to do it. Sometimes the Hermit energy is that type of person that wants to go out and achieve things for the sake of for the accomplishment, doesn't want to make it a career, but wants to prove that they can do it, wants to find the magic of doing it, of accomplishing it, of learning it, of graduating and getting the certificate for it, but doesn't want to make it the day-to-day routine career, right? So sometimes the Hermit can focus on one of these things. Maybe this is like culinary school. And maybe this is really factoring into some of this Eight of Wands, where it's culinary school. You do an excellent job, you graduate top of your class. And then when that's over, now you're going to focus on your music, right? And now you're going to just create the best kind of musical group that you can, and And then you do all this work for that, and then maybe at the end of the day you think, okay, what's next? There's a difficulty, perhaps, choosing one of these creative outlets to make the career, to make the kind of long-term commitment to, okay? And I think that kind of fits in with the Aries energy a little bit, and especially with this Eight of Wands that we see. So let's be aware of that, okay? And at least acknowledge that if that's kind of if that's our method, if that's kind of the way we're rolling with it, that's okay. But just be aware of that, right? And see if there's some way that we can, perhaps find the long-term commitment to any one of these kind of projects or endeavors or creative outlets or these various paths that I think you have this passion for, okay? So it's kind of like we want to master all sorts of things, but we don't want to make any single one of them our life, our career, right? I can understand that energy, and that's totally fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that in any way. But let's see what the mystery card might reveal to us. I still think a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles. If it is Pentacles, I think depending on which one it is, will give us the idea of kind of the long term. If it's like an Ace of Pentacles or a 2 or a 3 of Pentacles, then maybe the Hermit is really onto something and we're just kind of, we want to master something and then start something new, right? If we have a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, maybe that's showing that we found something now that we can stick with for the long term, yeah? If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Okay, let's see what we have. Well, it's a 2. It's a 2 of Cups, but it's just a 2, right? So this is kind of telling me that we love that initial connection. We love that one-on-one passion. We love the feeling of it at the beginning. But do we have what it takes to get to, and see, we've got, this is a 3 now. We love that moment, but we don't really like all of the work that comes to sustain it. We're not really interested in the longevity of it. We like the initial feeling. And see, we've got a 2 up here even. 2 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups. And even, we've got, this is cardinal water, this is cardinal earth, you're a cardinal fire sign. And the cardinal signs are those signs that love to start things. And they don't really worry about finishing them. They like the excitement of the beginning, right? And that's the 2 of Cups. It's the excitement of the beginning. And that's okay. This is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. If this is what you're after, if this is what feels like magic to you, right? Then by all means, explore all these different things. This maybe is the year for you to try a lot of different things, to see which one you want to expand into an 8, 9, 10, of Cups or Pentacles or something. To find what it is that you can commit to for the long term. Right? Maybe this is the year of a lot of experimentation. Maybe this is the year where you find that one thing that you want to make your entire life. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link that's either up in the corner here or there's one down in the video description, okay? New readings for Aries every Monday and Friday, but I'm here every day. You can come back, see me again tomorrow, okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.